Here's Dylan Stadler, sophomore on a pretty senior-laden team. Pass deflected, gets down to the turf, battle for it, back at X. And a ground ball trickling out of bounds, and that's going to be Carey ball. So the Carey defense at the moment forcing 2 turnovers so far. Kyle Lewis crossing midfield. So a successful clear. But he's got to get it into the box now. Lewis has the pull on him. That's Devin Lefkowitz. And Carey will take a timeout as Tom Aiello saw things going a little slowly. The near side official almost gave the signal to put the ball back in place. So timeout on the field with 9:16 left to go in the first quarter. Carey with the early 1-0 lead. We'll be back on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Now is the time to promote your business on our broadcasts.
Now Farmingdale will fire and find the back of the net.
Top of the key, 4-3, good.
With viewership in the thousands, your company will get the local attention it needs. Best of all, we offer. Now is the time to promote your business on our broadcasts.
Now Farmingdale will fire and find the back of the net.
Top of the key, 4-3, good.
With viewership in the thousands, your company will get the local attention it needs. Best of all, we offer affordable rates. High school sports online audio.
Welcome back to Syosset High School. Just underway here from Syosset. Matt Shortis with you, and if you're just joining us, Carey is leading 1-0 off a goal from Dean Metzger, his 6th goal of the season for the Providence commit. And fittingly, Metzger will start with the ball in his stick as we resume play. Just about 3 minutes gone in this one. Carey has done a nice job defensively, and that's kind of what they're going to have to do today. So far, Luca Accardo has looked very good at the face-off X, 2 for 2. Though Carey's been able to limit them on the score sheet. Here's Kyle Lewis dodging from up top. Lewis switches hands to the left side, comes back for Metzger. And Metzger will slide it up for Gavin Bailey. And Carey might also be a team that will take its time offensively. This is really the first we're seeing their settled 6-on-6 offense, as that Metzger goal was scored in transition. Good hard hit and well-timed hit by Jack Hine. Wasn't sure if they were going to throw a flag there as Hine came a little aggressively, and they go right back to it. Carey answering the physical bell. So both teams with some good physical presence on defense and forcing a turnover. Carey gets it right back. Metzger will step in as Dina Cola steps down on the field. 4 points on the young season. Also a football player. He's had some limited practice time so far this year, nursing some football injuries from the fall season that we just had. Pass gets deflected in front. Lefkowitz picks it up, moves it back to Greco. Greco, nice outlet pass on the numbers for his midi. But good job on the ride by Carey. Here's Gavin Bailey stepping it in. Bailey could have taken it towards the cage, but instead he will pull it back out as Carey will go back to their settled 6-on-6 offense. Ball knocked to the ground. Jack Hine. Again, exactly what you want out of a short stick D-mid. A whistle and a turnover on Carey. It looked like they were out of the box for too long. There's Nick Accardo and Syosset. 1-0, Carey leads. 5 minutes gone by in the opening quarter from Syosset High School. Overcast Monday afternoon. As we are in our second full week, games-wise, of this lacrosse season. Dodd from the right side, bouncing shot. whistling high past the cage. And they say it was Carey closest to it. Good job chasing by Jojo Todoro. The long pole committed to Johns Hopkins. He's been on the varsity since 8th grade. Much like his younger brother now, Christian Todoro, who's on the varsity as an 8th grader. Here's Metzger inverting to X now, working off a screen. Moves it back to the right side, up top, bounces off the stick of Toscano. Toscano able to scoop it up near midfield. Gets by his defender, and Jason Singer. And Singer forces him back out. Here's Christian Toth with it, who's up as a sophomore. Now Metzger. Metzger will unload, rip it wide right of the cage. Matt Metzger, his younger brother, backing up at X. Getting the start today. And their older brother, Andrew. Pardon me, misspoke there. Here's Dean Metzger moving it back to Jimmy O'Connell. Again, O'Connell had a big game in the last game against Terex. 8 total points, 3 goals, 5 assists. He's got a good connection with the other attackers. There's Metzger off a great look, missed it high. A bounce shot going over the crossbar in the head of Joey Greco. And a good job backing up by Carey. That was Anthony DiNicola to back it up. Here's Toscano on the roll dodge. Toscano looking up to the top of the crease. And Carey's got to pull it back out. Ball to the near side, goes out of bounds, and a missed connection will give the ball to Syosset. Carey working the ride. They've forced 1 turnover on the ride so far. And Syosset having a little trouble getting it out of their own offensive end of the field. Ball knocked to the ground. Carey's got it. They move it back upfield. Here's Toscano, or Todaro, pardon me. So Todaro able to get it in, and Carey will settle it back down. Carey's had a lot of offensive possession so far in this first quarter, as we're about 8 minutes in. Their lone goal coming from Dean Metzger today. His 6th goal of the season at about the minute 20 mark of this first quarter. Dean Metzger, the quarterback on the Carey football team. So you know he's got the vision. Toth will pull it up top. Toth trying to beat his man. Dodges past him, shooting on the run high. Out of bounds it'll go, and Jimmy O'Connell there backing up. Here's O'Connell off a pick. Goal line extended. Up to the top left side. Bounce shot. Looked like Greco got a piece of that one. That was Matt Metzger on the shot. Here's Dean Metzger off the screen of O'Connell. They're working a little 2-man game back there. O'Connell, quick shot, tough angle. And again, Greco might have got a piece of that one. But for Carey, this game right now going pretty much according to plan. They've had a lot of possession. Right now, Syosset weathering the storm well. Greco has done a good job. They've not gotten super quality opportunities, so credit this Syosset defense as well. And Zaletta, along with Singer and Catolo. Up Top it comes for Lewis. He's teed up by Steven DiStefani. Inside 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Low-scoring contest so far. 1-0, Carey leads. Kyle Lewis. Back it comes for O'Connell. O'Connell surveys from right behind the cage. Looks up top quickly for Metzger. Bounce shot got deflected on the way to the cage. Goes wide. Matt Metzger, left-handed shot, dropped the angle a little bit. And one of the defenders, might have been Catolo, got a stick on it. Turnaround shot. Greco got a piece of that one. Long rebound comes out for Carey. Picked up by Metzger. This is Toscano with it in the corner. Toscano being beat up hard by Catolo. Catolo not making it easy. Here's Toscano. Got his hands tied up, and we'll have a whistle and a hold against Luca Catolo, the Quinnipiac commit. No penalty, just a restart. Both teams shuffle in players. Here's a shot on the run. Greco heads up play. Nobody back at X for Carey. And he's able to win the possession for his team. Syosset bring the ball upfield. It's been a while since the Braves have had some possession. A.J. Alexander up top. Syosset was hoping to get him a little bit more short stick matchup. Not the case with Jaden McLeod D'ing up on him at the moment. Adam Giovinco also getting some burn at the midfield at the moment. Has seen some time in attack as well. Alexander rolling off McLeod. Back up top it comes for Stadler. Stadler dumps it down low. Alexander cutting through the crease. Ball knocked down. He's able to scoop it back up. Gets out of traffic, but then the ball to the carpet again. He rips it out. Between 5 black jerseys falling to the ground, the ball's knocked free, and Carey's got it. It seemed like the entire Seahawk defense converged on number 36 for Syosset. Final 30 seconds of the opening quarter, 1-0, Carey leading. Seahawks not official clear yet. Good defense coming over. Hard fought hit by Lefkowitz. Lefkowitz ahead of the break. Tic-tac-toe passing for Syosset, but they couldn't finish it. Voigt got a little ahead of himself. Here comes Carey up the other way. 4 seconds. 3, 2, and time will expire before Carey could get a shot off. Boy, Devin Lefkowitz made things interesting for Syosset. Gave him an opportunity late, but after 1 quarter of play, low-scoring contest. Carey leads 1-0. Stay with us on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
Goes McCarthy. He's got up. He's in. Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside.
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay.
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage, and one of many threes on the day.
Interviews, and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050.
Welcome back to Syosset High School. Matt Shortis with you on Varsity Media Sports Network, and we're glad you could join us on this Monday afternoon as we head to the second quarter. Lone goal scored today by Dean Metzgers. He and the rest of this Carey squad getting talked to from Tom Aiello in his 23rd season. And, you know, Tom Aiello, I was talking to him about the transition from season to season to season as we went from winter to fall to spring sports. And another look at that Metzger goal as it was just a give and go. And top left corner for Dean Metzger. So Carey and Tom Aiello was saying it was great for coaches. He felt like it was easy for him to stay in coach mode as he moved from football season, because he's an assistant on the football squad under Mike Stanley, and stay in coach mode. He said it was a little bit tougher on the athletes, and John Calabria has echoed that too. You know, what he said he was hearing from other people all around the county and the island is, you know, there are kids that if they're not injured, they might be at greater risk of injury because we've had these sports and these seasons so compact from what they normally are. Normally, even if you're a three-sport athlete and you're playing all the way from September to June, you get practice time and you're not putting your intention and your intensity each and every day like you almost are during these seasons where basketball you were playing 3 games in a week, spring you're playing 2 or 3 games, so the intensity is definitely ratcheted up. We go to the face-off X, and Luca Accardo now 3 for 3 on the afternoon from the face-off dot. Syosset goes back to the offensive end. This time moving left to right as we switch fields at the quarter. Low pass looking for Buetti, ball to the turf. Ground ball scooped up by Nick Accardo of Syosset, and he had a little trouble with it. He kicked it back out towards the defensive side of the field, and that'll be an over and back. So Carey will have it. And not keeping official time, but Carey had a really good amount of possession time offensively. Jojo Todaro for the second time this afternoon. We see him bring the ball up the field. And Kyle Lewis and the Carey offense will go back to work. Lewis also on this the Carey football team, as so many of the Carey football players were either lacrosse or baseball guys once the calendar flipped into late April. Pass knockdown. A couple guys giving chase. And it's Syosset coming away with it. The ball go out of bounds. Last touch by Syosset as Cage Staccato. Well, they say they do give it to Syosset. Good job offensively by Nick Accardo. He wanted a flag, and the flag was late coming out, but it does come. Good 7 to 10 seconds after he kind of signaled to the official for it. Ball knocked to the turf, and if Carey comes up with this, that'll stop play, but they do not, as Syosset's got it. Driving inside, shooting and scoring is Dan Garone. His 7th goal of the season. We'll see if that wipes off the penalty. And it does that. So Dan Garone coming out of the scrum. And a nice pick set up by DiStefani as well to kind of free Garone there. And then in traffic, Garone gets it by Lachinsky. He can finish really well on the crease. And showing it there. Another face-off win for Luca Accardo, the junior of Syosset. 4 for 4 this afternoon on the face-off X. He gets around goal line extended, trying to free up some shooting space, and we'll have another flag down on Carey. This will likely be a hold. or possibly a slash up around the head because that was a little high where the Carey defender's stick was. Shot from up top, whistles wide as Adam Giovinco went sidearm and pulled it wide. So we'll see what the flag is. That'll be a hold on Jaden McLeod. And McLeod comes off the field with the penalty and throws his long stick right to Dean Metzger. So Metzger will be the fifth pole out there, or the fourth pole, pardon me, in the box and one for Carey. And he takes that low goal line extended right side. Look right to the crease, back up top. It comes for Syosset. First man-up chance for either team today. And Syosset trying to take their first lead of the afternoon after tying it a moment ago. Goal line extended, low, tough angle shot. Bit of a worm burner at wide. Christian Toth in the box, ready to come as soon as the penalty is released. Shot goes in. Adam Giovinco missed a moment ago. This time against the lefty Laczynski. He gets right hip. And Syosset takes a 2-1 advantage. It's an extra man goal. Has a little bit of shooting space for Giovinco. Nets his third goal of the season. And Syosset is on top 2-1. Adam Giovinco, a bit of a legacy for the Giovincos last few years here at Syosset. His older brother Andrew's at Stony Brook, Alex at Jacksonville. And as a sophomore, John Calabria says he's really come a long way. So Carey, after giving up back-to-back goals, they win their first face-off today. Jojo Tadaro's got it. He was looking for Metzger, but nice job defensively. Jack Hind coming right on and right up to Metzger, and Tadaro's got to step it back inside the box. And now he'll scurry off. Syosset looking like they're pressuring a little bit more defensively all of a sudden, a bit more pep from the defensive side, as they've been lifted by the last pair of goals by Garone and Giovinco. Here's a dodge from DiNicola. DiNicola, high shot. Metzger has got it. Gives it to his brother. Shot fake. Saved by Greco. And Dean Metzger right on the rebound. Here's Metzger, double team, sliding over to him. Shovel pass. Turnaround shot goes wide. Really good look for O'Connell. Little spinorama action. O'Connell going to cycle out with Toscano, or O'Connell coming back to the bench for a second. Just got a word from his head coach. And now here's DiNicola, short stick matched up on him. DiNicola shooting on the run, gets by Greco. And we are tied at 2. Almost lulled the Syosset defense to sleep. One step, gets by his defender. Slide never exactly came. And he saw the opportunity for Anthony DiNicola, his third goal of the season. And we are knotted up at 2. Face-off win for Accardo. Accardo trying to pull his way in, shoots it wide. Ryan Voigt backing up for Syosset. 5 minutes gone in the second quarter, tied at 2. We've had 3 goals scored in the second quarter here after a low-scoring first quarter. Syosset back on offense. Quick stick opportunity. And a battle for it. And Luczynski, they will give credit to either Luczynski or Jojo Todaro after the missed shot from Syosset. Luczynski starting center and defensive tackle. Both he and Matt Mantone, the other goaltender for Carey, both linemen on the Carey football team. Unforced error as Todaro trying to fight for it, and he's got to get it upfield, otherwise they'll have a whistle here, and that is exactly what happens. Both teams so far have been very good and very efficient at their ride and have forced a couple turnovers. Up top, this is DiStefani. DiStefani nearly lost it on the back check. Good recovery. And they'll cycle it back out. Here's Stadler. Cycle it around behind the cage for Voigt. Shoveled back up top for Nick Accardo. Garone. And another flag coming down on Carey. Nice move inside. Sneaky for DiStefani. And he's able to beat Luczynski up high. Boy, Steven DiStefani had a couple of defenders on him here at goal line extended. Kind of lowers the shoulder, lowers the stick a little bit, ducks under his defender. One shot fake and in for DiStefani. Just a beautiful move to set up the goal. And Syosset back on top. It's 3-2. Goal coming unassisted at the 5:39 mark of this third quarter. And with that, Carey will take a timeout. Tom Allo saw something he didn't like out of his defense, and we'll step aside as well. Stay with us. Syosset leading Carey 3-2 second quarter here on Varsity Media Sports Network.
Now is the time to promote your business on our broadcasts.
Now Farmiga will fire and find the back of the net.
Top of the key, 4-3, good.
With viewership in the thousands, your company will get the local attention it needs. Best of all, we offer affordable rates. High school sports online audiences are growing. Take advantage by advertising with Varsity Media.
Hands off, three-point shot is up and in. You back him back 3 yards, it doesn't matter. Touchdown, Freeport.
Contact us today, 516-403-2050, varsitymedia.net.
Back at Syosset High School, Matt Shortis with you. 5:39 remaining in the second quarter. Syosset leading 3-2. In the Syosset huddle as they're starting to get going offensively here. Shut out through the first quarter with 3 goals in the second, and they take a 3-2 advantage over Carey. 3 different goal scorers as well in Garone, Giovinco, and DiStefani most recently. Well, Tom Aiello changing things up at the face-off X as well. Dean Metzger will be out there also with a long pole trying to muck things up a little bit against Luca Accardo. As Accardo getting tied up, we'll have a procedure, and it's going to go against Carey. Here's Garone. And now Syosset will take a timeout. So they used their first of two in this first half. 5:28 to go in the first half. 3-2, Syosset leads on Varsity Media Sports Network.
Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
Goes McCarthy. He's got. Oh, he's in. Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside!
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay.
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage, and one of many threes on the day.
Interviews, and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050.
So right after winning the faceoff and getting into the box, Syosset used their first timeout. Again, offensively starting to get going. This is a team that through 2 games has scored 16 goals per contest. They've scored 32 goals. But John Calabria was saying he knows that they're still a long ways off, or still have some way to go, which is what you'd expect from, a coach who has championship aspirations year in and year out. And he was saying how he knows, they'll have Massapequa, they'll have Farmingdale to contend with, and some of the defenses that they'll see with those 2 teams and those 2 programs. Syosset trying to work here on man up. That's a penalty from Todaro. And the ball goes out of bounds off Syosset, so Carey will have it. Trying to make the most of the opportunity to kill off the remaining time on the EMO. In the short stick of DiNicola, who had the last goal for Carey. DiNicola throwing it a little bit behind his intended target. Nick Accardo there to force the turnover, and a flag coming down. Looks like this is going to go against Syosset. That'll be a 30-second penalty. And the penalty killers will come on. Brendan Brotman at the short stick, defensive midfield. And the extra pole is Spencer Newman. Very high IQ defensive player. And we'll get our first look at the Carey man up offense. Up top, this is O'Connell. Everybody getting a touch so far. Metzger bounces it back out. O'Connell up top. The 2 of them there. Give it to the left wing. Skip pass for O'Connell. He steps into one. Low to high. He shoots and scores. Jimmy O'Connell ties it up at 3 on the extra man goal for Carey. First goal today for O'Connell. And pretty simple stuff. Skip pass once they got the defense to collapse in. O'Connell had his hands free. And crank shot from the top of the box. Buries it behind Greco. So we've had a good one so far. 4:17 to go in the first half. Knotted up at 3 apiece. Procedure against Carey. Trying different things at the face-off X with limited success. Luca Accarno's done such a good job there today. Committed to Binghamton as a junior. And John Calabria says he's just got this fast twitch about him, which I guess as a real quality Foga you got to have, right? That's part of the package. Here's A.J. Alexander with a short stick on him. Alexander shoots, and a save made by Lachinsky. Lachinsky trying to shake free. He does. And Carey's on the move. This is Brandon Tello across the field for Tadaro. We've seen him bring the ball up the field a few times today. Tadaro moves it ahead. And Carey able to step it into the box. A lot of contact. Knocked the stick free. And the ball went out of bounds. Good hard check for Jason Singer on a back check. Got a lot of leverage there, and that got a big applause from the Syosset sideline. Here's DiStefani over midfield for Syosset. 2:53 to go in the first half. Tied at 3 from the North Shore of Long Island. DiStefani gets by his man. Tough angle shot saved by Lachinsky. And then I think he went in the crease after that. He did. Across the field, pass picked off. Syosset has numbers if they hurry. Feed across and a pass thrown a little bit behind Ryan Voigt, out of bounds. And Carey will have it back. So missed opportunity for the Braves. Again, both teams have been able to force some turnovers on the ride today. Here's Dean Metzger. Up top it comes for his brother Matt. Chris Toscano out near the football 40-yard line. 2 minutes to go in the opening half. They'll slow it down a little bit. This is Kyle Lewis. Short stick matchup as he inverts. Lewis, little hesitation move up here. Back top of the box. Metzger left side with it. Switches hands. Metzger fires. And an easy save for Greco. Greco outlet a pass ahead. Needleman able to snare it out of the air. Needleman steps in, and Toscano was there for him. Here's Boetti. Boetti around a couple of defenders. Toscano gives him a check right as he passes by on the way off the field. Dylan Stadler holding on. 70 seconds remaining. Here's a path unabated for Accordo. Accordo could have gone towards Cage. Decided to feed it off for A.J. Alexander. Final minute of play in the first half now. Up top it comes for Giovinco. He's got a goal today. 3 on the season. He's scored in each game for Syosset this year. And Syosset looks like they will hold for the final possession of the first half. Giovinco looking right on the crease. Ball taken away. Tadaro, he'll catapult it upfield. O'Connell trying to track it down before it goes out of bounds, but cannot do so. Well, the official saying that might have been a shot. And there's an official down on the near side arguing that is a pass, so I think that line of reason will win out, much to the appeasement of the home fans here. Good deflection and good check by Gavin Bailey on the ride here. Collected back up by A.J. Alexander. Syosset has one timeout remaining. Is that the whistle we have? A flag down. So no flag. They pick it up because the penalty came out after the timeout was called. Again, you get 2 per half. Can't take him with you. So John Calabria using his second timeout at his disposal with just 17 seconds remaining. This potent offense will try and go back to work. 3 goals today. Well, we're tied at 3. Lone goal in the first quarter came from Dean Metzger. Scored it off a ground ball and a goal in transition, and really that was the only scoring of the first quarter. Syosset got one back on the goal from Garone, and a couple of penalties early in the second quarter against Carey gave Syosset a man-up chance. Giovinco scored to give the Braves their first lead of the game at 2-1 on the extra man goal. Di Nicola would tie it up a few minutes later, and Di Stefani with some really nice offensive moves and coordination gave Syosset the 3-2 advantage, but then O'Connell would score a few minutes later on a man-up chance, just ripping one low to high from the top left side, and we are tied at 3. So Nick Accardo will start with the ball in his stick just shy of midfield. 17 seconds left in the first half. Here's Accardo getting by his man. Accardo fires one high. 9 seconds left. Dan Garone will bring it back in. 9 seconds left. Play resumes. Garone up to the top of the box. His pass a little wayward, and we will not have a shot to end the first half. So pretty even battle and a good one with 24 minutes in the books. Halftime here at Syosset. We're all knotted up at 3 on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Welcome back to Syosset High School as we are just seconds away from the start of the third quarter. We're tied at 3. Matt Shortis with you on Varsity Media Sports Network. And right now, Luca Accardo dominating the face-off X for Syosset. He's won all but one face-off, so that would put him, 7 of 8 on the day. And Carey, as we move forward in the second half, they've tried a bunch of different things. They've thrown Benelli on him. They've had Dean Metzger out there with a long stick at the face-off X. And it's led to a lot more Syosset possession, and this Carey defense has really done a good job limiting the quality looks that Syosset has had. And we'll see, it looks like Anthony Lachinsky staying out in goal for Carey. They have sort of alternated games. At times they've alternated halves between Lachinsky and Matt Mantone, and it is Lachinsky staying out there. So Syosset in the home whites, they will move right to left in this third quarter, and Carey, of course, will move left to right. And we'll have a whistle and procedure against Carey High School. Syosset will have it as we begin this third quarter. Syosset 2-0 on the season, and they give the ball away as a pass thrown a little out of the reach of A.J. Alexander, who is back more in his familiar attack spot. Good movement for Carey as they clear the ball. Here comes Matt Metzger. Down the left sideline, Metzger, and a pass fake from Jimmy O'Connell. So the Seahawk offense will settle in as they go to work. O'Connell being D'd up by A.J. Zaletta. Zaletta, a sophomore, going up against a senior experienced attackman. As far as this group of seniors in this sport, or this season, right? Whether it's girls lacrosse, boys lacrosse, baseball, softball, everybody missed a year last year. Up top, this is Kyle Lewis. Lewis has it straight away. 1-4-1 offense showing for Carey, at least at the moment. And they cycle back through. Here's Gavin Bailey with it. Bailey with 3 goals on the season. He had 2 in their win over Herricks in their last game of the season. This is Matt Metzger inverting. He's got a short stick on him. Comes up, wide shot from Gavin Bailey. O'Connell there backing up. And again, what we've seen from Carey today, these longer, time-consuming offensive series to keep the score relatively low. Again, this is a Syosset team that has scored 32 goals through 2 games this season. 15 in the opening season win against Southside, and then 17 versus Oceanside on Friday. Here's DiNicola trying to back his way in. DiNicola getting goal line extended, and he stepped into the crease before he fired off the shot, so that'll be a turnover. Syosset trying to move the ball a little quickly, and Dylan Stadler had it go off his stick. Here's Chris Toscano, an all-county basketball player. Had his first game of the season against Herricks. He was a little bit banged up early in the year, coming off a hamstring injury. Here's Toscano, tough angle shot. And good job by O'Connell using the body to try and get to the ground ball. Still battle for it. And it's Syosset coming away with it. Jason Singer with some good speed. The long pull coming over the midfield. Singer stepping into the box. And Singer, nobody sliding over to him. He's got some room to work, and finally he'll dump it off. Finds A.J. Alexander, and Singer, who ran the entire length of the field, he's going to get back. And the offensive personnel for the Braves will come on. Ethan Coulter checked in and ready to go as soon as Jason Singer stepped over the midfield line. Coulter's got it in his stick right now. Joe Boetti and Alexander, the attack unit that started the season and has started the first couple of games. Here's Alexander dipping and dodging, goal line extended. Alexander looking towards the crease. Pass thrown a little behind a cutting Syosset Brave, picked up by Coulter. Up top of the box for Stadler, the sophomore. Now this is DiStefani, who had the go-ahead goal at the moment. DiStefani unloads one, and it sails high. We played 4 minutes in this third quarter, and we remain knotted up at 3. Boetti roll dodge coming up top. Here's the sophomore again, Stadler. Good compliment in the midfield, looking right on the crease. A little low pass, tying up DiStefani, and it's scooped up by Carey for the moment. Nice stick work by Cowan. Here's Cowan, who gets some oohs and ahs from the Carey sideline. And the Seahawks will go back to work offensively. Here's Toscano moving in. Toscano changes hands, looking to the cutter on the crease. Shot and a goal. Jimmy O'Connell moving in. And Toscano did a nice job to find him. O'Connell, goal number 2 today. He scored the last 2 for Carey. And that's what happens. If you could get into the crease, the defense collapses right around you. O'Connell, nice job. And a good left-handed pass from Toscano on the offhand to put Carey on top 4-3. So Jimmy O'Connell, who had 3 goals, 5 assists in the last game, adds 2 more today, and Carey back on top. And another face-off win for Luca Accardo. Accardo, who is the first couple of games really been an offensive player as well. They want to get him primarily to be a Fogo. Nice movement inside and a good stick check on the hands of Giovinco. Giovinco had some good positioning there. And defensively, they were able to get him right off. Flag down, and a man down for Carey. Anthony DiNicola is hunched over and looks like he's holding his right hand. That's a minute unreleasable penalty coming up against Syosset. Devin Lefkowitz will serve the penalty. Now it looks like Anthony DiCola is seated up, so that's a good sign. As they tend to him, we'll take a break. 6:41 to go in the third quarter. Carey leads 4-3 here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Now is the time to promote your business on our broadcasts.
Now Farmiga will fire and find the back of the net.
Top of the key, 4-3, good.
With viewership in the thousands, your company will get the local attention it needs. Best of all, we offer affordable rates. High school sports online audiences are growing. Take advantage by advertising.
So Anthony DiNicola is off on the sideline. He still had his helmet on, so that's a pretty good sign. He was a little slow to get up, but a minute unreleasable penalty against the Braves. So a big opportunity for Carey midway through this third quarter. Goal line extended near side for Metzger. They work it back for Gavin Bailey. Bailey and Dean Metzger behind the cage. Metzger being bothered by Newman. Good job by the junior Spencer Newman. Here's a shot from up top. It goes high. Bailey backing up. Up top for O'Connell. Left side, back it comes for O'Connell. Low to high, save made by Greco. Big save by Joey Greco, and now a chance for Syosset to kind of weather the storm of the rest of this penalty. Here's Brotman, the short stick D-mid, bringing the ball upfield, chugging over the midfield line, and veering to his right to avoid Kyle Lewis. Penalties released, we're all even, so a big kill for the Syosset Braves. Up top, here's Nick Accardo, and we'll see what kind of lift that penalty kill gives to this Syosset offense. Here's DiStefani bringing the ball back in. Alexander with it back at X. Here's Garone, who has a goal today. Garone, who's being D'd up by McLeod, the pole. Up top for Nick Accardo. Shooting on the run, left-handed save by Lachinsky. Quick outlet ahead for Lachinsky. Here's Nick Cowan over the midfield line. Cowan cuts back to the left side. Numbers for Carey if they hurry, but then a good hard check by Lefkowitz. Boy, Lefkowitz has been very physical today. He loses the ball as Metzger scoops it back up, steps into the box, and he's going to try and run to safety and settle things down for Carey. Metzger and Bailey at the top of the box for the Seahawks. Looked like Bailey lost his footing in the turf for a moment, but still able to get the ball back to Metzger. So it's Metzger, Bailey, and Toscano, the midfield unit for Carey. As now Bailey goes down to X, and they're able to bring in Kyle Lewis. So the full first-line group for the Seahawks. 4:05 to go in this first half. Little juke by Toscano looking right on the crease. O'Connell was wide open. Turnaround shot and the hat trick for Jimmy O'Connell. A natural hat trick at that. And Carey has their largest lead of the game. It's 5-3. Again, Jimmy O'Connell has got 2 goals today. Kind of just snuck in as Jason Singer, the man that was on him, snuffed out as he was sliding up towards Toscano. So the second time today that those two hook up. And O'Connell, for the second straight game, has a hat trick. So Accardo won the faceoff, but the ground ball to Carey. And that's how you build leads, if you can score goals and then get faceoffs after that. Kyle Lewis, the ground ball, or the reception after the ground ball. Here's Christian Toth. So Carey really, again, playing this methodical, patient style of offense. And they have, for the most part, dictated tempo this game. Here's Metzger, double team, drops the angle, bounce shot, score. Dean Metzger, his second goal today, and back-to-back goals for Carey. In fact, it's 4 straight for the Carey Seahawks, and this a great individual effort for Metzger. The slide comes, he uses his body to shield his hands and shield Greco. 6-3 advantage for Carey, and Syosset wants to talk things over. A timeout for the Braves. 3:15 to go in the third. And we'll step aside on Varsity Media Sports Network.
Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
That was McCarthy. He's got. Oh, he's in. Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside!
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay.
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage, and one of many threes on the day.
Interviews and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050. Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio?
Well, one of the nice things about the spring sports season that I always like is there's so much activity whenever you come to do a game, whether it's track and field or baseball. And there you see one of our shooters, Becca, covering the baseball game on the adjacent field as Syosset is taking on Baldwin, and the Braves are up in that game. But it's, you know, there's so often you come to an event and 30 minutes before the lacrosse game is about to start, there's track and field practices going on, or track practice. And in fact, we were talking to Dave Ettinger, the Garden City head football coach, in the playoffs, and he said it was weird getting his football team ready, because normally by the time a championship game comes along, it's just football. He said now we've got all the spring sports going on. There's so many different things going on, which is, you know, obviously a nice sign to see if you're a high school athlete or a coach or anything like that here in this spring 2021 season. And we got a whistle and I think a timeout after a hard-fought face-off ground ball. Christian Toth might have gotten a stick to the leg as he's limping a little bit, but seems to be okay. You know, I know because of the, let's call it alignment this year with the scheduling, these two teams, this is a conference game in regular season, but not conference when you consider classification, right? Because Carey's a B school. They'll be competing in the B playoffs come playoff time. Syosset an A school, and they'll be competing in the A playoffs. So perhaps this isn't the rivalry in a sense of your classic sense, right? Like even Syosset Oceanside on Friday, because those two are A schools and historical conference foes, whether it be football or other sports as well. But this game today has definitely had a feel like there's a bit of a history between these two teams. It's been physical, it's low scoring, and you know, when you consider this only the third game of the season, the intensity in this game has been there from the first whistle. And I think you credit the two head coaches who had a similar upbringing, lacrosse-wise, both powerhouse lacrosse programs that they graduated from, whether it be Tom Aiello at Massapequa, John Calabria at Sachem, and of course they both played together as well at Adelphi, so similar mindsets and similar experiences when it comes to coaching. So Carey on a 4-0 spurt dating back towards the end of the second quarter. And they are shutting out Syosset in this quarter, much like they did in the first quarter. This is Toscano at X. He's got a short stick on him. Toscano bodied out. And he'll just retreat and pull it back out and let the offense reset. Syosset in a man defense. Toscano, hard shove from the D-man. Home crowd getting a little restless, wanting a stall warning put on, or wanting the warning put on. Quick shot, and Greco was there. Tough angle save, or tough angle shot. Easy save for Greco. Here's the pole, Catolo. Gives a quick look, make sure everybody's on side, and they are. He steps over, gives it to Stadler. And Syosset will go to work with 90 seconds remaining in the third quarter, trailing by 3. Here's Nick Accardo with Brotman coming in. Accardo, shoved from McLeod. Accardo loses his footing and a flag comes down. Here's Alexander, splits the defense, the ball to the turf. And Carey comes away with it, and they'll blow the whistle as, again, Syosset will go on the man up. So McLeod whistled for the penalty. The last time this happened, he dished off his long stick to Dean Metzger, but it looks like Metzger will keep the short stick right now. And they'll have Gino Cervoni as the extra pole. Quick passing from Syosset. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. A shot from up top, and it got deflected, and good heads-up reflexes by Lachinsky. Goes to a knee to take the ground ball. Here's Dean Metzger. Between three white jerseys, races over midfield. Metzger, untouched towards the cage, shoots on the run and wide. But that'll be enough to kill off the penalty. No, take it back. McLeod's still there. There's a few bodies in the penalty box right now. And it looks like we're all even now. 10 seconds on the penalty. 5 to go in the quarter as Carey trying to hold on to it to avoid a face-off. So big quarter for the Seahawks. They score 3. O'Connell having 2 of them, including a natural hat trick, bridging the halftime break. And Carey has doubled up Syosset 6-3 as we head to the fourth quarter on Varsity Media Sports Network.
Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
McCarthy. He's got. He's in. Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside!
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay.
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage, and one of many threes on the day.
Interviews, and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050. Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No.
Well, the Carey offense buoyed by that penalty kill at the end of the third quarter, and we go to the fourth quarter with Carey on top 6-3. Senior attackman Jimmy O'Connell for the second straight game has a hat trick, 3 goals today. He and Chris Toscano have hooked up twice, as Toscano assisted on the last 2 O'Connell goals. And Carey on the road with a 6-3 advantage over the Syosset Braves. So we go to the face-off X. And Accardo and Joe Benelli on the face-off. Accardo wins the face-off X, and Benelli getting called for a push with possession and adds insult to injury as he comes down hard. And there's about 4 flags and a hat on the field, so we'll see what the list of infractions against Benelli is. Well, there's one thing for sure, is Benelli was playing hard on that faceoff. Perhaps not the most well-advised pursuit But we will see what the penalties are. Well, the coaches are jawing a little bit after that. All right, so they're sorting it out here. They have a hold. And I think all of that is going to equate to a minute of penalty time. I think sometimes when a player winds up a little bit on a check and it gets like the shoulder pads and it makes a loud noise, the fans usually want a penalty called on that right away. So Syosset with a good chance here, trailing by 3 and looking for some offense to build on. Pass thrown a little bit high. Stadler has a little trouble with this. Alexander and a loose ball. Carey comes up with a ground ball. Jojo Todoro with a big ground ball, and Todoro feeds across the cage. Shot saved by Greco. A big save on the sophomore Metzger, and it's going the other way for Syosset. Here they move for Alexander. Unsettled play for Syosset. Here a save, Lachinsky. Lachinsky out of his cage for the ground ball. He's going to sweep it aside and quickly retreat. Good job by Dean Metzger to man the cage, unpadded in the interim. Boy, helter-skelter play going on right now. Scooped up by Giovinco. He gives a look back towards the midfield to check out the personnel. And finally, things will get settled down. Giovinco right on the goal line. Tic-tac-toe, passing and a shot off the post. Karam's all the way out near to the midfield. Sent back over by Syosset and scooped up on a ground ball by Garone. Here's Garone. Now Alexander straight away. Pass fake, near side for Giovinco. Defender to slides out. Turnaround shot. Goes wide off the stick of Buetti. And he throws his head up in the air like, how did I miss that wide of the cage? I think we have about 30 seconds of penalty time remaining. Back up top. Turnaround shot sent in. Low corner by Luca Accardo, who's done all his work at the face-off X today, seeing some time on offense. And finds one low. He goes low to low. Nice job by Accardo to sneak inside. Defender just a tad bit late from Alexander. And Syosset back within 2. And now he'll go right back to the face-off X. And you like to see that. After the slew of penalties that came out on Benelli, they give a little fist bump, touch the gloves, and go right back to work. No hard feelings. A whistle, an infraction against Benelli. And Syosset was trailing by 3 a moment ago, trying to cut into this Carey lead. Back to work offensively. We've played 2 and change in this fourth quarter and a 6-4 Carey advantage on the road, trying to hand Syosset their first loss of the year. On this young season. Here's Accardo on the run, just missing high. Nick Accardo, after his brother Luca Accardo scored a moment ago. Up top for the sophomore, Stadler. Dean Metzger all the way out to play him. A 4-on-4 battle right now. Stadler gives up for Accardo. Accardo could have been a shot, goes behind the cage. Garone just missing wide. Looked like a shot from Nick Accardo that just went a little high, and Garone was there, and it almost worked as a pass. Here's Alexander with the pull on him. Alexander turns around. Lachinsky goes low for the stop. Anthony Lachinsky having a tremendous second half here. A big last few minutes, including allowing the goal, but he's looked strong between the pipes in the last few minutes. So Metzger brings it in. Matt Metzger falls to the turf, loses possession. Here comes Syosset. Catolo. Catolo continues to push, continues. And Catolo had his pass deflected away to the turf. It goes. Lachinsky calling for it. That should be a flag. It is. That's a trip on Syosset. You know, the fans don't like it. Incidental contact, but a trip, still a trip. Not intentional by Stadler by any means. But he will go off. Oh, they're going to give it on a push from behind. So it'll be a 30-second man advantage for Carey. See Joe Boetti getting some words from his head coach, John Calabria. And big not only because Carey gets the ball on offense, but they get the automatic clear on that too. We're trying to get some things settled between the officiating crew and the scorers table down on the field. So 30-second man advantage, penalty coming at 7:59. And here's Jimmy O'Connell. And Carey throws the ball away. Kyle Lewis's pass high over the head of Gavin Bailey. And Syosset will get the ball back. Only 8 seconds elapsed on the penalty. Unforced error for Carey. Here's Brotman. Ball to the turf, scooped up by Nick Accardo. Accardo on the sideline. Metzger trying to use it as an extra defender. Here's Brotman again. 3 seconds remain on the man advantage, and Syosset will kill off the remainder of the penalty. And we have a whistle. I didn't see what was going on. Again, this is the third game of the regular season, and the folks in attendance, they are into it. People are jawing back and forth. And again, it's that these two teams will not meet in the playoffs. This is a conference game, but different school classifications. And just like I was saying, you would think if you just walked in and didn't know these two teams, you would think these were rivalry teams. Behind the back shot from DiStefani. Going wide and backing up was Garone. We've played 5 and change, a 2-goal advantage for the Carey Seahawks. Looking for their second win of the season. Take away by Tadano. Here comes Jojo Tadano, pardon me. Making Nick Cowan, the Delaware commit, a 4-year starter, or would be a 4-year starter had we a season last year. Here's Kyle Lewis into the box. Had that rough pass a moment ago. Settling things back down at X, surveying up. Here's Kyle Lewis with some moves. Goal line extended. Moves it back up top for Dean Metzger. Metzger with a head of steam now. Metzger between two defenders, shoots on the run wide. Backing up is O'Connell. Boy, great effort for Dean Metzger. Here's O'Connell with the pull on him in Zuleta. O'Connell turned around, shot, hit the leg of Zuleta, and a good job by Greco out of his cage to race to the end line. Heads up by the goalie, knowing nobody was there, backing up. Long pass, outlet ahead, right on the money for DiStefani. 5:23 to go in this one, 2-goal advantage. DiStefani moves inside, shoots and scores. Steven DiStefani, his second goal today, and Syosset is within one. Again, you start that with the great outlet pass ahead to DiStefani. Gets around one defender, and you saw his eyes the whole way. He was looking goal. Second goal today. For the senior midfielder. Loves to get ahead of steam, and that's exactly what he did. Luca Accardo, another face-off win. 5 minutes to go in a 1-goal game between Carey and Syosset. And Syosset has led. They had a 2-1 advantage and a 3-2 advantage. They have not been tied since early on in this second half. Saved by Lachinsky down low. Here's DiStefani behind the cage. He and Alexander, a little two-man game back there. DiStefani tries a roll dodge. Lost the ball, got it back. Good defense by Todaro. He and Toth back there. Now Todaro on Alexander. Toth picks him up. Alexander dancing, goal line extended. Feeds across to Accardo. Back up top. Good ball movement for Syosset. Results in a goal. John Buetti has tied it up at 6. Joe Buetti. Just great ball movement by Syosset. Starting with Alexander. Buetti was begging for it right there. Scores his first goal today, his 6th of the season. And Joe Buetti has tied this game up at 6 with 4 minutes to go. It's 3 unanswered in this fourth quarter for Syosset. No possession yet granted on the faceoff, and now Syosset's got it. Ground ball to Jack Hine. Hine with numbers, shooting on the run. Luchinsky going to cross to the right to make the stop. So Carey trying to clear, a diving check, jars the ball loose. But the Seahawks able to pick up the ground ball. Good hard effort by Dan Garone to try and jar that ball loose. Here's O'Connell. Tied at 6, inside 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter here at Syosset High School. Metzger gets by his man in Accardo. Around another defender, changes direction, stick in the left hand. Looking on the crease, the ball knocked free. Braves trying to clear this one away. O'Connell intercepts the pass to the turf, still with the ball in his stick. And we'll have a whistle and I believe a timeout. And that is exactly what it's going to be. Carey timeout. They have possession. 2:49 to go in a tie game on Varsity Media Sports Network. Stay with us.
Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
Goes McCarthy. He's got. Oh, he's in. Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside!
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay.
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage, and one of many threes on the day.
Interviews, and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050. Are you settling for a boring live stream?
Back at Syosset High School, we're tied at 6 with 2:49 to go. We'll take a look at our upcoming broadcast schedule, games you could check out here on Varsity Media Sports Network. And 2 games on Friday. We got Farmingdale and Garden City, and these, pardon me, I'm looking at the wrong day. We have Southside and Plainview, Port Washington, Cold Spring Harbor, and these Syosset Braves, and also the Woodstick Classic on Saturday with Manhasset and Garden City. And it's always a good one when those two clash and get together. So again, Friday you got Southside and Port, and back here at Syosset on Friday as well. But right now, we got one heck of a game. 2:49 to go in regulation, and Carey and Syosset deadlocked at 6. We were tied at 3 at halftime. Carey scored 3 unanswered in the third. So far, Syosset has scored 3 unanswered here in the fourth. We're inside 3 minutes to go, and Carey has the ball. Lewis driving from the top right side for the Seahawks. Back it comes for O'Connell. He's got a hat trick today. High pass. Comes back near the midfield. And we'll have an over and back or an offsides as Jojo Todaro got shoved and couldn't stay on this side of the 50-yard line. Here comes Alexander with a burst of speed. Drives one home. Boy, A.J. Alexander could not get the ball in his stick quick enough to get a restart. And he went right to the cage as fast as he could possibly go. A.J. Alexander, who's had 4 goals to the first 2 games of the season in each game, scores his first today. 4 straight for Syosset. And they take a 7-6 advantage. 9th goal of the season for the Providence commit. And Luca Accardo going back to work. That's going to be a whistle and a loose ball push on Bonelli, pardon me. And this is where things could get tough for Carey. They had a tough day at the face-off X, and it's up to their defense. Very good one at that, to get things back on their side. So, with the lead, Syosset has it. They've stepped into the box. And the warning is up. They have to keep it in the offensive box to maintain possession. But they can use some time here. Closing in on 90 seconds remaining and a 1-goal advantage for Syosset. This is the first lead they've had in the second half. First lead they've had since they led 3-2 about midway through the second quarter. Here's Boetti. Game tying goal right now. And we have a whistle and a timeout as Lachinsky had come out of goal for Carey. So Syosset wants to figure out how they're going to play this for the next 70 seconds or so. 7-6 lead at a timeout. We'll step aside as well on Varsity Media Sports Network.
Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
Goes McCarthy. He's got. Oh, he's in. Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside!
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay.
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage, and one of many threes on the day.
Interviews, and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050.
70 seconds to go here from Syosset, a 7-6 advantage. Again, look at our score here as the Braves lead by 1 with possession, and it's Joe Boetti holding it. As Syosset just had called a timeout, John Calabria wanting to talk things over as Anthony Lachinsky is out of the cage. Actually, Carey doesn't even have the goalie in right now. They have pulled Lachinsky for a short stick to try and get the ball upfield, and right now looks pretty good for them. Here's Metzger with a long pull over midfield line. Inside a minute to go in a 1-goal game. Unsettled situation. Metzger. Dean Metzger trying to work off a hard hit by Lefkowitz. He's been aggressive all game long. Ground ball picked up by DeStefani of Syosset, and then another ground ball to Carey, saved, and the Seahawks already without a timeout, and there will be a penalty there as Jimmy O'Connell just absolutely hammered up top. You know, after they put in the concussion type awarenesses a few years back, any hit to the head is going to be looked at very critically, and that one looked like a cross-check up high as well. And again, a look at our upcoming broadcast schedule. A pair of games on Friday. I'll be at Port Washington as the Vikings take on the Cyclones of Southside. Cold Spring Harbor will be here in Syosset. Dylan Butler will have the call for you there. And, of course, Saturday, it's the Woodstick Classic with Garden City and Manhasset in their annual game. And stay up to date on all things Varsity Media on social media, where we will be announcing more broadcast schedule games coming up as the schedule goes all the way through June in this spring 2021 season. So, 30 seconds to go in a 1-goal contest. Carey down a goal with possession. Here's O'Connell. Steps into one, shoots high. Gavin Bailey backing up. 21 seconds show on the scoreboard. Bailey up top for Lewis. It's O'Connell again. To the right side. Just 10 seconds to go. They swing it back up top. Goal line extended near side for Metzger. Tough angle shot. Blocked before it could get there. Picked up on a tough ground ball by Spencer Newman, and Newman will toss it off as time expires. And the Syosset bench explodes in a sprint towards their goaltender, Joey Greco. The Braves move to 3-0 on the season. 2 of those games have been come-from-behind games late, if you include today and Southside. And the Syosset Braves win a close one by a score of 7-6. A.J. Alexander, the go-ahead goal today. Joe Boetti had the tire, and Syosset scores 4 unanswered goals to win 7-6. I tell you, I know I said it a few times during the broadcast today, but these two teams, if you just came in and watched this game and didn't know anything about these two teams, you would think they had a history. You would think they were rivals. It was physical. It was intense. There was some jawing at each other from both sides. And this is just game 3 of the regular season. So buckle up, folks. It'll be a good lacrosse season. These players in all spring sports have been waiting a year plus to take the field after everything COVID related over the last year. These athletes are ready to get out on the field, and we've got a good lacrosse season ahead of us here on Long Island. So that'll do it for us from Syosset High School today, as Syosset improves to 3-0 on the season, a 7-6 victory over Carey. So for our producer, Chris Sweeney, our executive producer, Ben Turchin, I'm Matt Shortis saying so long, and we'll see you on Friday here on Varsity Media Networks with a pair of games from the North Shore of Long Island. So long from Varsity Media Network Sports.